Well, what's going on with your face? Can you explain that? Can you explain what's going on with your face? Why is your face have stuff all over it? I don't understand that. Can you explain it to me? You're crazy, you know that? Okay, so it's Saturday, December 18th. Today is a little bit easier of a day for me in training, just because I don't have any clients today. So yeah, it's just a little bit easier to be with my dogs, train them to do the things that I want, maybe be a little bit more relaxed and get some other things done. So anyway, Saturday, December 18th. Yep, and or something like that. Whatever. It's Saturday. So I've got Gabby out here. I'm going to train with her. So I think I'm going to keep it real simple this morning. We are going to wear her out, but the thing that I want to improve is I want to put more reinforcement behind her actually outing the object. So I will be using a remote collar today. I'm going to be on her working level. I think her working level, I have it set at a 10. So what's going to happen when I'm doing this is that I'm going to be playing with her, making it super fun. Then I'm going to lock up my body language, and then at that point I'll introduce the 10 out of 100, the 10 stimulation. I'll immediately give the out command. As soon as she lets go, I'm going to release it. I'm probably going to say good dog at that point, and then I'm going to make a presentation and tell her to bite it, and then start the reinforcement. So what I'm going to try to do is try to probably get 10 in a row of stimulation, verbal cue, release of stimulation, verbal cue. She lets go of the object, releases the object. I'll immediately release any kind of remote collar pressure. I'll tell her good, and then a few seconds later, reward. I'm going to try to get several of those before I try to give maybe one where there's no stimulation, give the out command, she releases, reward, big reward right there. So want to try to do that with the training this morning, and then just generally just playing with her and getting her worn out and letting her have fun. So if you're curious about my setup, this is the finger trainer right here. It's made by eCollar Technologies. You might be able to see the level that I have it on there. I have it on a 10. You won't be seeing the transmitter, because one of the great things about the finger trainer is the finger trainer, the actual button that you can use to send information to your dog. Okay, and so when I press this, it's going to be sending a level 10 to the collar. And so here is Gabby's setup. So you can see when I press the button, that turns on the stimulation to that. So it allows me to be a little bit hands-free. And so then this is Gabby's collar. This receiver is the one that comes off of the Mini Educator. I do have the comfort pads that have the roll tips, and then I'm using the Quick Snap bungee, so that way it makes good contact and it's easy for me to take it off and put it on her. So the finger trainer, which obviously there it is. There's the transmitter. There's the receiver. Okay, let's get after it. Gabby. One more note, this is the toy that I'm going to be using to reinforce. I'm not sure who makes this. It says Sport Kiln on the handle there, but this is the bite pillow that we use for practice. Okay, guys, so this is Al. I'm watching this video together with you to kind of see some of the things that are going on. I think it's important to go back and rewatch any videos that I make of my own dogs, especially when I'm practicing with them, because I don't have anybody coaching me at the moment. And so this is an opportunity for me to share with you some of my insights about things that I might be doing well, things that I might be doing wrong, because who doesn't want their relationship with their dog to be good? But it's obviously possible to be making mistakes and to be unaware of it. So maybe you're watching some things and like, oh, he could do that better, and maybe I could do some things better. So let's kind of watch what's going on here. So my goal here is to help Gabby get better at the out command and to make sure that I reinforce that particularly well. Obviously, I'm using the remote collar to help me to give Gabby the better information about how to get more reward. So I already talked about it in the beginning, but I'm just going to reiterate the steps here. I'm going to press and hold the button on the finger trainer, and in conjunction with the body language that I want her to associate with letting go. So then I will say the out command immediately after those two things begin to happen. And then when she lets go of the bite pillow, then I'm going to release the button, and then she's going to be able to get rewarded immediately after that.
All right. Good job.
Here, I want to make sure that Gabby is having a fantastic time, that there is a lot of positive emotion around this thing that we're doing.
Okay. Nice girl.
You know, the next time that I say ouse, I want to see how long does it take before she lets go. So let's take a look.
Ready? Else.
2001.
Good.
About a second.
Okay.
And then what I want to see on this next repetition
Good girl.
is how much time is passing from the behavior before she's getting the okay moment marker.
You're a good dog. Yeah, you're a good dog. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Gabby. Fight me. Fight me. Fight me. Else.
2001, 2002,
Okay.
1000. So about 2.5 seconds. About 2.5 seconds from the time that she does the behavior to the reinforcement. And so, you know, I've already watched this a couple of times because I was trying to find a good way to narrate this for myself and for you guys. And it seemed that I was very successful in the session at trying to build more of what I wanted. So I'm very happy with that.
Okay. Good.
Okay, so that was pretty good too right there.
Good.
So she's doing a really nice job of getting this right. I'm doing a pretty good job of the timing and helping her to understand what I want.
Good dog. Else. Good.
So let's just say that you're a beginner at this. Should you be using the remote collar? I don't think so. I'm also doing this with one of my other dogs, Alpha, for those of y'all that are familiar. And I'll have some videos of me showing her going through the process of the out training. She's actually doing really well. So what I would recommend for beginners is that as you're playing tug, okay, you're wrestling with the dog over the object, that you lock up the body language and then let them naturally let go because the game has stopped. And as they let go, label their letting go with your ouse out, drop it command. And then immediately after that you've said the command, you've dropped your label and they've let go, immediately start the game again.
Spin. Good. Okay.
Good. So there, now we had a little bit of obedience, and then she got to get the reward there. She's out. She lets go.
Okay. Good.
Gets the moment marker. Gets to play again. Okay.
So that time I did not use the working level to help me create the behavior. I gave the verbal cue. She did it, and I rewarded within a couple of seconds of her doing it. Good dog. Good dog. So we're looking for a lot of those. A lot of those. Good dog. Good girl, Gabby. Good dog. Let's play. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Else. Good. Okay. Yeah, nice girl. Nice girl. Nice girl. Nice girl. Else. Good. Fuss. Nice girl. Nice girl. Okay. Good dog. Good dog, Gabby. Good. Okay, so what I'm doing there is, again, I was pressing the button here, giving the verbal cue to the dog. It was creating the behavior that I wanted. As soon as the behavior was created, I immediately came off the button. Sometimes I said good dog, sometimes I didn't. But I always released the working level pressure from the dog, from Gabby. And then within a couple of seconds, I wanted to be reinforcing her with what she likes. She likes to bite the pillow. She likes to play. And so as I do that, the theory is that as I do that the dog is going to get better and better at releasing that. So then what you have to do is you have to get rid of the stimulation, right? You can't be dependent on the stimulation. If you get too many of those, then it's bad, right? So then I created the same scenario, but this time I subtracted the stimulation. I gave the verbal cue. She gave the desired response, and then I put the reinforcement behind it. Those are the ones that you're looking for. But sometimes the dog is slow to out, right? And so that's why the remote collar pressure can help you to help the dog understand, like, oh, when I let go of the object, the stimulation goes away. And so it starts building that behavior, but it will build some dependency on the e-collar. So you have to be smart in the way that you're using the e-collar. Even if it's at a low level, you got to be smart the way that you're using it, because at some point you have to subtract it out of the picture. So you might be asking the question, hey Al, isn't your dog 7? Yes, this is showing you that I make mistakes in my own training with my dogs, but that doesn't mean that we can't go back and start getting it right. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. Some people are better at not making them than others. I'm not sure, maybe I'm about average, right? But the thing is to start improving that and then start helping your dog to understand that it's really about the verbal cue and being good about reinforcing that when the verbal cue comes. All right, so we're gonna keep playing, but I just wanted to stop for a second to share that with you guys, because super, super important to bring clarity to your dog and get the behaviors that you're wanting without creating unnecessary conflict, right? Gabby. Yeah, you want to play. Let's play. Ah, yeah, let's play. Let's play. Let's play. Monster. Ready? House. Good. Good. Sit. Good. Okay. Ah, yeah, nice. Good. Good. Good dog. Good dog. You can have it for a minute. Okay, so that's practice this Saturday morning, sometime in December, whatever the date might be. There's some bird trying to get my attention up there. Hello, birdie. But yeah, so I thought that went pretty well. Trying to clarify to Gabby what it was that I wanted her to do by using my finger trainer. So again, what I did there is I started playing with her, turned on the working level stimulation, which is a 10, told her what I wanted her to do. When she gave that behavior, which she gave pretty quickly, I turned off the stimulation, and then within a moment of that, I put the thing that she wanted more of, which was more biting and more tugging and wrestling together with me. And then after several repetitions of doing that, one verbal cue, the dog gave me the desired behavior, Gabby gave me the desired behavior. I then immediately rewarded her, let her know how proud she was, how proud I was of what she did. Okay guys, that's it. Have a great day and happy training. Later.